Have you ever noticed that the energy that you bring to a situation can either attract or repel what you desire? I have. So today we're going to be understanding energy, how it shapes your reality, and I'm also going to give you some actionable tools on how you can help elevate your energy. So I have a personal story of an example to share with you guys of a time that my energy was repelling the very thing that I wanted. So I remember when I was trying to move out of my first house, I was literally searching every and anywhere and asking every and anybody if they knew of any places for rent, and I owned my house, but I needed to get out of my house so I can put my house on the market, etc. Literally during that time, it seemed like it was impossible for me to find a place. Like I was like, why is it so difficult to find a place? During that time that I was looking for a place, it was just like impossible. So I was like, you know what? I don't even want it to be this difficult for me to freaking find a place. I just want to like relax, and the place just pretty much comes to me, if anything. Like I don't even want to have to effort so hard to freaking find a place. I just kind of want to relax and have it come to me. Excuse my dog, Biggie. Biggie, I told you gotta be quiet. So I kind of like got off that topic, and I ended up getting booked to be the key makeup artist working with Court TV Network, covering the Harvey Weinstein trial versus New York. So during that time period while I was booked, I ended up having to go live at the Mulberry Hotel in Chinatown in New York. And I was booked, the whole production lasted 2 months. So I was pretty much there living at that hotel for the 2 months. So during that time period, I was in a new space. I was obviously in a hotel, and I like got off the momentum of wanting to find a place so bad. And I realized that I was just kind of happy and present in the moment. So my energy was no longer like focusing on the lack of wanting to find a place so bad. My energy was kind of like chill and like grateful, and I was happy to be on that booking, and I get to wake up and do what I want to do, like my dream work. During that production, I remember towards the end of my production, right when we were about to wrap, my brother-in-law reached out to me and he was like, hey, I found a place. Can you come and check it out on Thursday? And that Thursday happened to be the day after I wrapped, and I was going to be going back home. And I was like, yeah, that actually works perfect. That's when I'm going to be coming back. He was like, great, I need you to come check out this place right away because somebody else is looking at it and they really want it. But if you go and check this place out first and you say yes and leave your deposit, you'll be able to get it. So I freaking go back and I check out the place, and I loved it, and I was like, yes, I want it. And of course I just got done with this huge production, so I had the first last month, and everything kind of aligned perfectly. I gave my check and I got the place, and it was like, wow, I didn't even have to effort so hard like I was months before. I was like uncomfortable. I wasn't in a space of gratitude. I was just kind of like, I want to hurry up and get the heck out of here. So I changed my energy and I became present where I was, and I kind of like was grateful. I was in a space of gratitude, and I got off that topic. So this way I was able to kind of slow down the momentum of the energy that I was giving off, like wanting it so bad and noticing that it's not happening for me, that I was repelling it. So that is what your energy is always doing, whether you realize it or not. So first, let's talk about what is energy and why does it matter? Well, first of all, everything is energy. Your mindset is energy, your vibe. When somebody says your vibe, they're talking about the vibration. I like your vibe. I like the vibration that you give off, your vibrational energy, your aura. Have you ever heard someone ask, oh, if a tree falls in a forest and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a sound? So when a tree falls in the forest, if there is somebody there with an ear, their ear can translate that vibration into sound, which is how they can hear it. But if there is nobody there, if there isn't an ear there to pick up that vibration, which converts it into sound, it really doesn't make a sound. It just makes a vibration. Ultimately, energy is the same thing. Everything is energy. Everything gives off a certain vibration and a certain level of energy. And energy is felt by others. It's felt by everyone, and it sets the tone for interactions. Also, energy is the universal law, whether you want to believe it or not. Like will always attract like onto itself. Even if you are tuned into the negative and you don't like what's happening, and you're like, no, I don't want this, you're going to attract more of that to you because you are a match to that. Like, think of a magnet. A magnet, one side of it attracts to it, and then they attach to each other. That's the right side. And then if you flip one side and you try to put them together, they actually repel each other and push away. So think about the energy that you're giving off like a magnet, because we are magnetic. Whatever you're putting out is what's going to be coming into your life. So let's talk about how your energy shapes your reality. Your energy is going to be affecting things like your relationships, whether you're attracting healthy or versus toxic dynamics. It's going to attract opportunities, whether you're going to be like, if you're more confident, you're going to attract more positive and draw people in. But if you're not tuned into that, you're not going to be attracting opportunities. Also, success. Success is going to be high vibrational energy. That is what opens doors. And then let's talk about low vibration versus high vibration. So low vibration feels like desperation, lack consciousness, like forceful or controlling things into place. Low vibration is also going upstream, right? Think about a river. If you're going upstream, it's more difficult to go upstream compared to going downstream. High vibration feels like confidence. It feels like an abundant mindset. It's allowing the flow of things in life to flow into place, and it's going downstream, right? It's going with the flow of the river. Now I want you to recognize the energy that you're bringing. Self-reflecting and thinking to yourself, like, how do people respond to me in conversations? Like, am I showing up in a place of authenticity, or am I showing up from a place of fear and insecurity? And usually you can know the signs of negatively dominant people look like complaining, self-doubt, blaming others, like victim mentality, and trying to bring other people and things into their problems. That is kind of like a dominantly negative energy person. And then signs of a positive dominant person is calm, confident, gratitude, joy, taking accountability, appreciation, also being very adaptable to change. Now we're going to get into ways that we can help elevate your energy. So we're going to start with shifting your mindset. You want to do some mindset shifting practices, like practicing gratitude daily. And I'm not talking about just saying things that are good, like, oh, I'm so happy today, even though I'm not, or like, oh, I have a place to live. Like, what does it feel like to you? The universe is not responding to what you're saying. You cannot fool the laws of the universe. I'll tell you that right now. You can't fool it with words, and you can't fool yourself. It's how you feel, the energy that's exuding from it. Like, you know, when you're so excited, anticipating something new, that's an energy that you're feeling. So you can gauge where you are based off of how you feel. That's going to be like your compass. So gratitude practicing daily. So you have to find things that bring you gratitude and appreciation. I can sit here and be like, waking up more well compared to ill is something very gratitude filled for me. And sometimes when I forget that, you know how like you get a headache and you're like, oh my gosh, I was so not grateful for my non-headache self, you know? Or like you get a damn paper cut and you're like, oh my gosh, I love that finger, and I love when it doesn't have a paper cut. So like sometimes you experience things and you're like, damn, I didn't even appreciate that finger, bitch. Now that I got a paper cut, I love you, bitch. I love you when you're healthy. You know, like things like this, I'm telling you, I've noticed. Or like when my car was getting serviced and I had to have a different car, I'm like, I call my car Phoenix. I'm like, Phoenix, I missed you, girl. I like love you and I appreciate you sometimes. And I don't want to ever be in a place where things must get taken away from me for me to have appreciation for it. So I really try to practice gratitude daily. And then I want you to reframe negative thoughts with positive affirmations, okay? So instead of victimizing yourself, replace that. You need to replace the victim mentality. Like, oh my gosh, why do I always have to go through the struggle? Or why did I have to be the child that gets destroyed in this? Change these practiced beliefs that don't serve you. It does not, if it doesn't feel good to you for you to think it, if you feeling like there's something that you lack or that you're not good enough, or like, why me? Of course I gotta be the one. That is a lack conscious energy that you're giving out. So that's tuned into the negative. And then I want you to take care of yourself. So like physically move your body, dance, exercise, eat well, okay? Stretch, rest well. These things matter. What are you putting into your body? Are you respecting this body, this vessel of yours that's carrying your spirit and your soul and the energy that you bring everywhere that you go? So for me, I like to meditate. I like to eat organic. I have my 2 liters of water a day. I'm really specific on like the supplements and things that I take. I've been really caring for myself. And I also have like my self-care practices. Like I like to do skincare and I like to use my lash serum and I like to do my nails. There's certain things that I like to do that taking care of myself makes me elevate my energy, because I believe like when I look good, I feel good, right? When you're showered and you're fresh and you're clean and you look good and you smell good and all of these delicious things, you're just gonna elevate your energy because you're gonna automatically feel better about yourself. And then on an emotional level, ways that you can help yourself is, like I said, meditating, process emotions through journaling, therapy, or doing grounded mindfulness practices. Like, I actually think this can go along with emotional as well as your environment. And that is like going outside and being with nature. We're meant to be outside, we're meant to be outside and take in all the different elements, or getting grounded, whether it's putting your hands in the grass or the dirt or walking outside barefoot and letting the bottom of your feet touch the earth. These are gonna be grounding practices that are gonna help balance you and help you become more grounded. So also another really important thing is gonna be your environment. So don't be around negative people, or don't be around people, or limit, sometimes you can't deal with it, limit it to not being around that negative energy. Because for me, even if people are living and leading their lives in a way that is not in alignment with what I'm trying to create for myself, I don't surround myself with that. Like, for example, I try to be around other people who are inspiring and uplifters and look like my future. One thing that I don't allow is if there's people that are in unhealthy relationships and they complain about their significant other, however, they're not making a change, I'm not going to be around that. I don't want to be surrounding myself with people who are in unhealthy relationships, but they're also not making a change. They're choosing to stay and condemn their partner. I don't want that. I only want healthy relationships in my life. I know that my future husband and I are going to have a great relationship, and I'm not going to be complaining about him to anybody. So even if I have friends, like my girlfriend once called me and she was like complaining. She's saying she's going through a divorce and whatever. And I was like, okay, I was a friend and I was there for her. And about the third time that she called, I was like, what are the steps that you're taking to like go in a forward motion momentum towards what you want? Did you file the paperwork? Because if you're going to be calling me complaining about these things but not taking action to change your life, I am not going to be your dumping ground where you're going to call me and talk to me about all the shit you're going through, because you know what you need to do next and you should start taking those steps. Talking about it, I understand sometimes you want to talk about it, but right now you know the next step you need to take. Another thing you guys can do to help elevate your energy is having daily energy boosting habits like morning affirmations or visualization after meditation. That's what I like to do. Like after I'm done meditating, I like to do some visualization, because right after I've quieted my mind, it's like a sponge and I want to be deliberate about what I'm putting into it at that point. I also want to share that in this energy boosting work, it's going to trigger a lot of unhealed people. I will say that like in my journey, I outgrew a lot of friends and a lot of people that were just in different seasons of my life that maybe not necessarily were meant to be in every chapter of my life. And that's okay, because maybe some people are meant to be with the unhealed version of you and they are on their own journey, and where they are is where they're supposed to be. So I also encourage you to reflect on your energy and how you're spending it, because energy is currency. Start looking at it like currency if you don't already. When you pay attention to something, that is buying an experience, or that's investing your energy, something or someone, whatever you're tuning into, that's you giving your energy and your time and your attention. So view that as currency. What you're paying attention to is how you're spending it, and make sure that you're spending it and investing your energy well, and that you want to make sure that you're investing it on things that's going to give you a good turnaround. So be selective. I also want to leave you with an affirmation, and that is that you are the creator of your own reality. And through your thoughts and your energy and your focus and your belief, you have the power to do, be, or have anything that you desire in your life. And remember that the universe is responding to the energy you bring. So show up as your most aligned, unstoppable self and watch the magic that is your life unfold. I love you guys. You know that I am rooting for you. If you guys have any questions or topics you want to discuss, make sure you send it to feminineframework@gmail.com. And if you guys did receive value from this podcast, make sure that you share this with anyone that you think will receive value from this. Also, if you guys turn on that bell, that's going to turn notifications on for every time that I post a new episode, which is every Tuesday and Thursday. And I love you guys. Until next time, I will talk to you later. Mwah.